Hello and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included, where today I am picking up right where I told you folks I would with the base metal refinery setup that I was planning on. Now let's see what the temperature of the water in here is. Ooh, that is at 27 degrees after going through production for copper and then production for gold. I have this one set up for production for iron, but I need someone to come and do this dig ASAP because it's halting our production. That is going to become annoying. Then we'll see the contents of what's going into here as it pipes out. In the 70s. Okay. So. About 65 degrees is what it's looking like. Okay, so let's take a look at the plumbing overlay. Yeah, so coming out here at that is plenty warm. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just get rid of these two, which means this power grid setup was excessive. But I'm glad I did this experiment because because this one has enough to run in this refinery, they'll send enough into this one to run. But after that, I need to deconstruct this one. Simply because the amount of heat being produced. Yeah, it's coming out here at just under 19 degrees. In fact, let's get rid of that refinery there. Plumbing, let's get rid of this here and here, here and here. Let's just turn that off for a moment as this drains already. And that means we can just skip a dip, skip a dip, skip a dip. And then actually just delete the whole thing. However, I will have to manually change what this recipe is in time. But yeah, so now we got a metal refinery up and running. And it's got a consistent source of cold water from up here. I'd say we're doing just fine. That is almost at capacity. And the mixing of the liquids brought it down to a somewhat okay 39 degrees. Okay. Let's see. Right, I'm going to need to put that through a desalinator. There, I'll have warm water that I can use for... I don't know what at this point. Colony achievement. 100 cycles. And yes, as some people have gotten confused by, you still get achievements even if you're on a modded save. It's just certain achievements, or rather, difficult to do if you're bypassing with, let's say, like if you have a, where is it? Because that one I have over on the other planetoid, this one hasn't updated yet. But, for example, where is it? Super sustainable. If you have a building that bypasses this and isn't counted as one of these to generate your power, that's a bit of a problem. Same with, like, well, farm plants is a different thing, but yeah, well, failed that one, but okay. But yeah, so like there's things where like this one you can technically bypass that with mods, though I don't know if it devalues them or not. But yeah, so Lara, skill points. Ooh, you're in a deficit. Hassan, you're not. We'll give you advanced medical care. Catalina, you're in a deficit. We're just gonna wait on you. And yeah, why are they in a deficit? Let's check skills. So, Lara deficit. She hasn't eaten yet. And so once she eats, that'll be a different story. That's also the importance of having a good mess hall. Rather, I would much rather have a bloody great hall because that gives a bigger morale bonus, but let me zoom in so I can actually calculate. Yeah, if I want a mess hall or a great hall, that is the space I have to do it in. Because that's my next size is the min. No, I did the min for the park. I need a park sign. There, once I get that in, boom, park. Clean water? Ooh, don't mind me if I do. Is that a reasonable temperature? It is. I'll have to dig through some warm abyssali, but that's fine. Do I have auto harvest enabled on that? No, I do not. Yeah, natural gas. This may say it's only 30 degrees, but that's because this hasn't erupted in a while. It puts out 150 degrees. And I just realized what I could do with this. I can make a SPOM. For those of you who don't know what a SPOM is, it's a self-powered oxygen module. Basically, it's a thing where you put water in, a little startup power. Once it comes online fully, you have power for the rest of your playthrough. Or oxygen, so long as you keep supplying with water and it doesn't overpressurize from the output pipes for the oxygen and hydrogen and such. because you have to pump those out and all that. But yeah, because if I can dig up to the surface this way, that'd be fantastic. Breathability. Ah, it's the hydrogen up here. It's getting to be a little unbreakable. So let's just... Yep, can't crack that out yet. Well, we'll just crack out as much as we can. For instance, that's mud, but what I can do is just... like that. Yeah, so... yeah, we got polluted water being produced over here. Slowly being consumed by the bog buckets, which require 40 kilograms of water, so 40, 80, or 40, so 160 to 240. As I've said previously, that is 24 pipe segments per. So if we start here, that's 7 plus 18, that's 25. Which means the water from here down to here is enough to supply these for one cycle. And a little bit of it. Yeah, that's why it's giving me the breathability warning, because they're in hydrogen. Technically, I should be able to just slap down a hydrogen generator. Some ventilation, gas pump up here with a gas filter immediately below. Gas pipe going into here because I only want hydrogen going into the system, and then the problem with the hydrogen right now is when plug slugs eat, they poof a little bit of hydrogen. However, I'm going to have to connect this up to my other power grid over here to kickstart this, but it'll be self-powering for as long as there is hydrogen. And if I tap it onto my main grid, it'll just make it work. My batteries are charged constantly. That's 160,000 or 160 kilojoules. It is not a problem. And no power consumers. Yeah, because I need to get this all built real quick. Filtered, unbreathable, down to hydrogen. No power, no gas output. I know, I'm working on it. The hydrogen will flow upwards. Everything that is hydrogen is going to get pumped out this way. This just makes it to where it's a nice, mostly clean setup that gets me breathing room for my dupes. Alrighty. Time to kickstart. Ah yes, and now that there's been space made from here, boom. In fact, it would probably behoove me to create a second one, simply so I can guarantee the hydrogen is being destroyed. That's actually the premise of a self-powered oxygen maker, because when you do it using electrolyzers, it creates water, and it takes water and turns into oxygen and hydrogen. You have to destroy the hydrogen, otherwise it causes issues. But yeah, as this reduces the pressure of hydrogen up in here, makes it a little bit more breathable for my dupes if I increase airflow as such. And yes, so long as it has hydrogen to pull in and burn, it will continue to burn it, regardless of the circumstances. So it's a good, clean way of dealing with unwanted hydrogen. And it'll work overnight. As you see, it's starting to get down into the grams over here, such that if I switch over to here, to the gas overlay, as you see, all of this pink is being pushed or pulled up, rather. Anything that isn't hydrogen just gets bumped out this vent. That's why I put that here. It's the overflow vent. That also means we're not going to be relying on plug slugs for the entirety of the... Yeah. And with this consuming a total of... How much hydrogen does it consume per? 100 grams a second, so this is... Yeah, it's dealing with a very small amount, but now the hydrogen levels have gone significantly upwards towards mostly just polluted oxygen, which, yucky lungs is not that big of a debuff for me to care. But I'm... CO2. That's a problem. Yeah, let me just do that. See how long my dupes can hold their breath for. Okay. Ooh, blueprint. Let's see what I can do over here. This looks... Oxalate as a treat. But yeah, so I'm gonna call it a day for now. That has 39,000. Okay. Ooh, cool steam vent. That's a problem. Because this outputs steam at over 100 degrees. Okay, so if I put something over here to cap it off, it should be fine. But as it sits for right now, I'm running out of time, so thank you all for watching. I do hope my faffing about and menial failures has been entertaining for you. I shall see you all in the next one. And update for anyone who was worried about my cooling solution over here. It's keeping up enough. It's keeping it under 30 degrees so that these are actually going to grow. Body temperature. Ew. We'll deal with that when it comes. Let's see, what's the temperature of the water? That's why it's getting a little warm, so I need to come up with a cooling solution. But anyway, like I said, I'm all out of time for this one today. I do hope you have enjoyed. I hope to see you all in the next one, and farewell.